guys, welcome back to Flexibility Friday. If you're watching this video, I know you're somebody who probably loves to dance, someone who wants to work on their flexibility, of course, and maybe somebody who's frustrated because their flexibility is not improving as quickly as they would like. Maybe you're struggling with your leg hold turn, getting your splits, getting that center straddle. Well, the good news is I have 4 great tips for you. So let's get into it. The very first tip is alignment. So alignment, you guys, has to do with your posture and the way that the rest of your body is being held while you stretch. So I have an example for you. When you're doing a hamstring fold over, I'm going to give you an example of what not to do. This. This right here is doing absolutely nothing for your stretches, because your chest is rounded, your back is rounded, and nothing is engaged. But if you were to lengthen your spine out, drop forward, and send your hips up to the sky, that just amplified the stretch times 1,000,000. So here's what not to do, and here is what you should be doing. Let me show you on the floor in your center. So oftentimes when I'm teaching, I have a dancer who's struggling with flexibility, and I tell them to stretch in their center, and this is what I get. No thank you, okay? What I want you to do from here, again, is to lengthen your spine out. And do you see how that sends my hips back? I lengthen my spine and I continue reaching out in a long alignment. Do not sink back into your stretches. You need to lengthen forward in order to exaggerate the stretch. One more time, here's what not to do, and here is what you want to do. Tall, lengthened alignment. My next tip is consistency, and I know that you hear that word from teachers, and especially me, often. Consistency, consistency, consistency. But guess what? There's 2 different meanings behind that word. Consistency is just how often you're doing something. You could be stretching not enough, which means that maybe you're stretching once a week, or you stretch really intensely for 2 weeks and then you don't stretch for like 6 months. The other side of consistency is that you're stretching too much and you're overworking your muscles, and so they're kind of just giving up on you. So you need to find that kind of sweet spot in the middle where you're stretching enough, but you're also taking rest and restorative days in between. I would recommend stretching 4 to 5 times intensely per week and taking those other days to do restorative exercises and to rest. And now for a message from our sponsors at Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with so many inspiring classes, you guys, for creative and curious people. You can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. Perfect for the Miss Auti babies. Skillshare offers membership with meaning. With the support of fellow creatives, you guys, there's so many amazing people on that platform. Skillshare motivates you to accomplish real growth with so many incredible class topics. Some of them that I think are really interesting are the fine art classes, music production, film and video, and even things for Instagram. So I've been pretty excited to take this iPhone photography class with Dale McManus, and it's basically how to take pro photos on just your iPhone. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, so there's no ads, and they're always adding new classes, so you can stay focused and put your energy into something positive and light. And you guys, it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. And guess what, sweet babies? The first 1,000 people to use the link in the video description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. So go, go, go. Use your creativity for good. Moving on to the two different types of stretching, static and dynamic. These are really different, and one of them is a lot better for your flexibility improvement. So static stretching is when you stretch without movement. You're just holding a position, okay? Dynamic stretching is a strategy used to improve mobility through a range of motion. So you're like, what are all of those words? Let me show you an example. A static stretch would be exactly what we did earlier, our hamstring fold over. You're holding this. You're at the peak of your range of motion and you're holding, you're not moving, okay? Static stretching is not as good for flexibility as dynamic stretching is. And I'll explain why in just a moment. But here's an example of dynamic stretching. You roll down into your hamstring fold over. You walk out into a downward dog. You push back, you rock forward, you walk back, hamstring fold over. So I've now moved through a stretch using a different range of motion to get that stretch going. And the reason that dynamic stretching is better for dance is because think about dance. You are always moving through a range of motion. Very rarely are you just holding something. You're always in movement. So dynamic stretching prepares your body better for dance flexibility. So when it comes to your flexibility training, you want to work through a stretch routine that moves, not just hold, 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 right? Work on the type of stretching that will prepare you for the movement you want to do, which is dance. All right, you guys, we've made it to our last tip. So earlier I talked to you about those restorative exercises, and what I mean by that is TheraBand therapy, lacrosse ball, tennis ball therapy, foam rollers, any sort of deep tissue massager like a Theragun. It'll help break up that muscle tissue, the fascia that's in there, and any sort of lactic acid that's built up, right? That's what makes you sore after a workout. So it's really good to implement those into your habit so that your body is able to rest. Another great thing is hydration. Hydration allows your joints to stay moisturized, and it allows for your body to just stay limber. So make sure you're hydrating and drinking enough water. And the very last thing, you guys, is to just believe in yourself. This flexibility journey is not something that comes natural and easy to everybody. It's hard work. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but just be your biggest fan along the journey. Listen to your body. Remember, stretch, not strain. You can do it. Thank you so much for watching today's Flexibility Friday. I hope that those tips are helpful and gave you a little bit of inspiration. Speaking of inspiration, I love watching you guys talk to each other in the comments below. It's like this very sweet Miss Auti family of inspiration, encouragement, and support. So leave a comment, let me know, and all of Miss Auti subscribers, where you're at in your flexibility journey. Are you just starting? Are you so close to your splits? I want to know. I'll see you guys so very soon. Thank you so much for watching again. Happy stretching.